Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope y'all are doing well. Today we're going to be using the stamps that I showed you in June, which I think is really cool. We're going to use not a stamp set, we're going to use a stamp from it. It is going to be these drinks right here. I was going to use this lady, but I am choosing not to use her. This is the Unity Kit of the Month from June. It is called Squeeze the Sweetness. And if you're a sneaky peeker, you could check out July's. It's equally adorable. I saw some animals on there. That's why I said it's equally adorable. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, what I'm gonna attempt to do, I took the card and cut it in half. So I'm just gonna take this and hopefully put this here. It's time to cut my fingernails off down low. So I want to keep the flower on one side. The other side is okay if it's not there. But I think I'm going to equally not have it on there. Also, the dream catcher is drying up very nicely. It I touched it yesterday and it was still tacky. I did not go to any craft stores to get any paint. I'm going to do that today. I have to do that today. I'm going to do it in it's 8 o'clock my time, so I have to get this video done before 9:30. I've had two interruptions already, so we'll see. I'm going to use the gray. Nope, it's not here. All right, well, I'm going to use Nocturne. Not there's a problem with it. I was just going to use a lighter color, I suppose. And I'm going to use a sheet of paper. Oh, it's two sheets. I just need one. I have a mess. You know, sometimes as you get older, you always say, I'm too old for this. And there's always some silliness going on in your life. I am too old for the silly. I tell you that right now. Too old for the silly. I don't want to be a part of the silly. I just want to coast. I'm going to use the gray one. Morning Mist. Even though it still semi looks black, I prefer the Morning Mist one when I am, I don't need the lines to be pronounced as much. And ouch, I hit my hand. So much going on today. I'll be all right though. So yesterday I wasn't feeling well. I forgot I had started taking my medicine again. Whew, it had me sick the whole day. I did not take it yesterday. I need to take it regularly though so I can get it in my system again and not feel like my body is rejecting everything. I had made my son scrambled eggs and they sell them. I know they sell them with ham, but I have never seen like little turkey chunks. So what I do is I just take the sandwich meat and break it up. I might have to look for some more today. I might have to look in the meat section for the turkey chunks. And what I do is I just chop it up and then I put cheese and stuff. So it's like a little scrambled egg with cheese and meat in it. He has a sore on in the side of his mouth, and I'm trying to give him soft foods to heal it. So last night I offered to make him a broth, but he didn't want it. So he can eat, a piece of bread. And so that's what he did. I feel so bad for him, though, because, he doesn't understand I need to give him medicine to make him feel better. So I give him some Tylenol, children's Tylenol, and then I think we're gonna do something different with the card. I think. I can do something different with that one. I can't do anything different with this because I'm using the back of a card. I was watching a video. Um, Now hear me out. I am not going to do this, okay? I don't want to do this, but I liked the way she was thinking. I may do some of what she did, but not all of what she did. She has said that she doesn't like to waste stuff. So what was I doing? Waiting on something. And she was talking about, it was crayons. I think I was looking up crayons. I was doing something. I was waiting, in the process of waiting. I was just trying to check out a video while I waited, right? It was something crayon, I think. And so she was showing how different styles of coloring to look like an artist grade color. And I just want to go on a record and say crayons are not artist grade, right? They are little kid colors, or people that are starting out, like, people that have, they say for people that have memory loss, it's good for them to color. It helps their mind think and function. So when my uncle was still alive, I want to say it was in 2019, because my aunt was still doing good. It was 2019. I had stopped at the store and grabbed him a bunch of coloring ish things, puzzles, and things like that. Because, you always want to be the person that tries to help out and not hinder, but I don't even know if he used it or not. All right, so we got this. And I was going to fussy cut this out and make was. Notice how I say was. Gonna fussy cut this out and make a easel card because I want to get out of simple card and do more, a little bit more complex card making. I still have a few things that I haven't achieved yet. It's one of those cards when you open it up, it's like a dilating card. It's not really called that, but that's what reminds me of. I bought this glue and never used it. I will get to it at some point, but I haven't used it at this point of making this video. So how's your months start off? Mine start off crappy. Very not good. Very, very not good. But you know what? I'm going to persevere and be okay. You can't let others affect you. And that's what I am choosing not to do. Your issue is not my issue, right? I'll just not have you in my life anymore. All right. So what I want to do is I'm doing this backwards. I'm okay with doing it backwards, just so you know. I'm going to do the bottom. Then I need to find a sentiment. I want to do this backwards because I want to consider how we're going to actually do the rest of the card. I'm going to have to cut it down from the top versus the bottom to get it to fit on another card, since this is as actually a card and not a friend of a card, like a front. All right. So now I'm going to take a brown, because these are coconuts, right? I will not be using Copic markers though for this. And then we're just going to pick, let's do, the flowers can be yellow, blue, green, orange. Let's go with orange. Vermilion is my favorite, right? My favorite orange to use because it always seems to come out different. And then with the three closed ones, we'll pick one solid color. Let's do pastel pink. And then we'll do some striping. We're going to try sky blue. And whatever this color is from Arteza. Okay. This is dried out. I have these markers laying on their side and they're still drying out fairly quickly. And this is what I'm going to say. A lot of the inexpensive markers I have, even though they are inexpensive, so the pigment may leave, they tend to stay hydrated longer than the other markers. I don't want to start experimenting with the markers and like taking alcohol and pouring it in and all that other stuff. I just don't want to do that. I am going to be doing a project, and this project will not be, you can watch project, right? It'll be, this is what I use, this is the results, because it's a messy project and it takes a couple of days to complete it. So it'll be me filming it, probably handheld on my phone, and then the end result will be on a computer. So I have to edit it together, which is always lovely. Okay, this blue's gonna be dark probably, not as sky blue as I'm thinking. Yep. Even though I think this is a good tropical color. The reason why I was watching this artist do her experiments is because I enjoy watching. Actually, what happened is it, you know how you watch one video and it goes to another video? So it went to another video after I had watched something random, like a random music video or something. And it went to that person. I was like, okay. And I like to look, when it shows me someone, I'll go and look at their stuff afterwards just to see. I like to look at a few before I follow people, because I realized something more and more as I've been doing this longer and longer. Sometimes the people that you think are your cup of tea are not, right? Where does marker come from? Sometimes I've watched people that have beautiful craftsmanship, but I didn't enjoy their presentation. There's other people that I've watched present things, doesn't have to be craft stuff, and I was just like, I really want to see what else these people have, and they have like three videos, and they were all from like 10 years ago. And I don't have any other social media things. I don't use Facebook that often. I don't use a lot of those social medias. I do have one. It's called Blue Sky, but it's mainly for like the gaming stuff that I do. But I have been incorporating a little bit of my craftiness on there. I think when you start off new, unless you're like someone that knows that's famous or whatever, it's hard to get followers and people to support you, because they don't really know about you, right? Or I always say I like to date a creator first, and then I'll follow or whatever. Because sometimes you don't know what's going on with that person, and over time you're like, oh, I love this person, or over time you're like, oh, it's your right to subscribe, unsubscribe, whatever. But sometimes you just don't know. You never really know what's going on. So the meat of the coconut, I want to be a little bit paler. Maybe I can get this peach pastel. I did go to Ross yesterday. Yesterday, they have some. My experience, coconut is white, right? So I'm gonna probably lift up some of this yellow We could have used gray. I think gray would have worked. A light gray in that color. But let's see. Let's, you know what? Let's leave it alone. Let's not get stressed. Let's not get stressed, please. Already there with other silly things going on. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. I think I was watching Deb's flamingo coloring page, and she was talking about the bird's plume, how she thought about adding to give it feathers or whatever. I never think about doing that kind of stuff. Like I don't have I've tried it before on other things, like giving certain things depth and texture. I'm gonna have to really start watching some tutorial videos on coloring because we're 7 months into that 52 weeks of inspiration collaboration we got going on. And while I am enjoying it, I want to also enhance my skills. But I don't want to buy new craft stuff to enhance my skills. You know, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Let me see if this brown is darker. It is. Let's see if this brown is lighter. This is burnt sienna. Oh, wait. This is not burnt sienna. There we go. This poor little marker is like, I finally get to show you what I have and I'm drying out. So yeah, I went to Ross. Got a few personal items for myself, some pants, and I think I got a shirt. But I did look in the craft section, of course, and they had some acrylic markers, but they're like this long. So from this thumb to the index finger, it was one sided. And I left them there for another person to, take home and put in their possession, not mine. Okay. So I was doing the video, I had to stop and start over again because I was like, I don't know how long it's going to be, and I don't feel like editing the video because I plan on leaving the house today and just doing a few things, some errand running, and I don't want to have to belabor it. I don't normally like to start over on a video. I would prefer to edit them, but I didn't. School is getting ready to start. I haven't been to Walmart, and I need to go to get the school supplies for my little guy. He is not really enthused about going to school, and I want to say I'm not either. I was supposed to color these flowers orange, weren't I? That's okay. I think I can see this is dry. Dry, 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 dry. Ooh, this one's done. Let's not even put it back with the. Oh, that's a dry marker, y'all. That is a dry, good and dry marker. Probably one of the older ones that I have. Let's try a different orange. Let's do marigold. Glad it's only two flowers and not 7. I'm just doing tiny circles. Okay. Subtle hues, hints of orange in there, which is what, we were going for. This card, I do think that this flower would look good stamped and raised. We're not going to do that today. So it's Wednesday. How's your week going? Hopefully well. All right, let's find us a sentiment. So we're going to put our sentiment like right here, hopefully. Wishing you a moment to pause, smile, and soak in. Celebrate everything, especially you, which is this when you deserve the biggest treat. Here's life treating you to all the good stuff. At your age, no, life is sweeter with a friend. Let's celebrate the sweet stuff. Another year older. We could try. You're never too old. Celebrate everything, especially you. Let's see. Sometimes the sentiments I find in a lot of things don't always match as well as you want them to. Oh, anything is possible? Popsicle. Oh, that won't work. We didn't do ice cream. Let's see. The good stuff. Let's do that one. It says, helps life treating you to all the good stuff. I would consider the ice cream better than the drinks, but I mean, these could be non alcoholic drinks, right? Non alcoholic beverages. Yep. We're using nocturnalness. I usually don't worry about Unity not stamping out right, but I gotta make sure that stuff is over here. This is already crooked, just so y'all know, and then I put it on even more crooked than what it is. Oh, gotta love crafting. Got to love crafting. All right, so now we're gonna just cut this down a scotch. Um, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut the top down, and I'm gonna cut the sides. I'm gonna cut both sides. All right. Now we're gonna go back in with our dauber. Okay. And then I'll take this. This has no rhyme or reason if you're wondering. I just want to give it a little bit of on the ground looking texture on the counter texture, I should say. So these drinks are like on a table of some sort. Okay. And now, do we have it? We don't. We do. Every time I take this thing off, it seems like it gets shorter, like it shrinks more and more. That's not a good thing. But those are not the same as this sponge. I purchased a few, and I will tell you that I purchased a few from different companies, I should say, and I think that the first brand you go with is usually the brand that you're gonna like the best. And if you buy something that goes with the type of um, the company, you may even like that better because that's how it's sold. So it's supposed to fit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to go with and match. It doesn't always have to work out like that, but I'm noticing that that's what it does. All right. Like that one is a different one than this one, I think. Yeah, because it fits. Whereas this one, doop. And the good thing about some of these is that you can stack them on to each other. Some of them. Let's see. But this lid is loosey goosey sometimes. That one does not want to work right. So that's why you see them randomly spread across the desk sometimes because they have a mind of their own. They're doing whatever they want to do. All right, so we're going to take another one of these cards and connect them together and do this. Now this fold is a little bit off. I did not fold it. Can you see? But you know what? We're going to keep it moving. Keep it moving. I'm going to put that here. So if you find some flimsy cards and you don't want to throw them out, you want to try to figure out a way to do them. You know, we've made a few books with ours, and we're going to make cards with them as intended. And I was just like, this is a cheaper alternative than buying the ones from Walmart, Dollar Tree for $1.25. I'm not sure the price anymore. I haven't been to the Dollar Tree since I told y'all I went to the Dollar Tree. Um, I do want to go to the Dollar Tree today, um, but I'll probably end up going into Ollie's because they had these chips that I really like. They're called Hers Honey Hot Cheetos. I really like those a lot. So there we go. Gonna turn on the back just in case. I was gonna embellish this with some jewel pieces, like a few gems, but I changed my mind. I think that I will want to mail this off flat, flat as possible. And so if I'm gonna mail this off flat, I will not want to embellish it too much. So this is what we have created with the June Unity Stamp Kit. And I think what we're gonna do, my famous birds. You can't even tell. So anyway, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. And let me know in the comment section what you're going to do for the 4th of July if you celebrate it. I probably will make some potato salad at home for my son and I, baked beans, and maybe some oven baked chicken. So nothing too big, just for him and I. Anyway, I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.